Welcome back, everyone. It is the Pleb Underground. Got another live episode today. Some of you may remember about a month ago, I did a video talking about Square's adoption of Bitcoin and Lightning payments over their terminals. Now, for the people who have been in this space for, let's say, I don't know, 10 or 11 years, this story might sound a little familiar. And that's because you've probably heard it before. Anyways, before we dive into this story and before we talk about the payments addition here to Square, we're first going to give some love to the Pleb Underground sponsors, and we will be right back to dive into this story. Here we go. Head on over to Archimedes Emporium. They make absolutely beautiful Bitcoin branded products. They just dropped their first one. It is the solid aluminum Bitcoin clock. I had to get my hands on it so that I could show it to you guys. Take a look. Really, really nice piece. Beautiful craftsmanship. Head on over to archamp.co. The link is going to be in the show notes. That is Archimedes Emporium. Head on over there. Okay, so yesterday, right? We're getting all kinds of announcements here out of the Bitcoin conference. And in all fairness, I'm seeing a lot of people with suits, a lot of bankers. Interesting. I mean, hey, look, guys, this is all part of hyper Bitcoinization, right? It's going to be people that you agree with, people that you don't. And you know what? Here, let's also show the comments here from people talking. Here we got Eastside Tony. What's he talking about? I appreciate that, Tony. I appreciate that. But yeah, let's dive into it. Okay, done wasting everybody's time. May 27th, Las Vegas. That's right. Block, which is also Square, which is the company that is what's it called? Jack Dorsey is the CEO. And here we go. Today announced it will launch Bitcoin payments on Square. That seems kind of familiar. Seems like we saw that a few years ago, and it didn't happen. Anyways, Bitcoin payments on Square will be showcased at Bitcoin 2025. So the key takeaway from this is that they are going to showcase how the Bitcoin payments are going to work, but the rollout will not be happening until a little bit later on. And here we go. Here's a nice little timeline of what we can expect. So as we know right now, the feature is being demoed in Vegas. The rollout is expected to start in the second half of 2025, and full availability for eligible Square sellers is expected in 2026. And I know you guys are probably thinking, well, Phil, I remember you did a video about this and you said that it's not going to happen. You know, I can't disagree. I did definitely make a video about it, the gaslighting or the pandering. And the reason why I said the gaslighting or the pandering, and of course you got people coming in, yeah, take this down. But the reason why I was talking about the gaslighting and the pandering is because of this. It's because essentially, whoops, that wasn't the one I was looking for. I think maybe, no, that wasn't that one either. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, well, this is from an article in 2013. Okay, it's like all the links are in the show notes anyway, so you guys can go and check it. You know, like I'm not trying to make this stuff up, but this is from an article in 2013. Here we go. Announcement today on their blog, which is an April Fool's joke, pushed. Early Square assures us the company notes that Bitcoin can be used to buy goods and services with Square Market as of today. Okay. And this is from 2013. It's killing me because I want to show you guys the original. Okay, you know what? Here we go. There we go. Here it's just because I'm always about the got to give the proof, right? So here we go. Let's do some share screen. Let's get you guys some proof. That's not it. Here we go. Okay. All right. So here, move this all the way over here so I can see what's going on. No, we don't care about this ad. And Okay, so you guys can see it right here. Okay, the mobile payments pay with Bitcoin option on Square Market. Okay, and here it is from 2014. Okay, so the whole reason I'm making this, okay, the whole reason I'm doing this particular video is because we have heard this story before. Okay, we've heard this story multiple times now. Okay, it happened in 2014, and again, right? We got more news that there were going to be payments coming to Square for Bitcoin and Lightning, and yet all that we ever seem to get are these news reports. So, are we actually going to get the payments this time? Is this actually coming to Square? And the other question I have is this, because in doing all of my research, I can't find that this Square marketplace even exists anymore. Originally, it was going to be Coinbase working with Square in order to facilitate these Bitcoin payments. Now, I could never find any other piece of information that indicated that that fell through. And I'm also not finding any information that is showing that it's still being used today. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, but I gotta call. Hey, good morning, Extemos. I gotta call. I'm gonna call BS on this one once again, right? And again, like I'm not just trying to give I'm not trying to give Jack a hard time. But it does seem kind of suspect, right? That Steak and Shake, not a payment provider company, decided to roll out Bitcoin and Lightning payments before Square did. Now, of course, you could argue that that was a strategic reason for that. It could be argued that Square didn't want to make these announcements until they maybe saw some other broader indicators that it was going to be worthwhile for them. Look, it could be any one of it could be any one of those things, but the reality is that I'm still not entirely sold on this. So until I actually see a Square terminal that has Bitcoin and Lightning payments, to me, this is all just going to be noise. The last piece to this is that there was also at the same time, there was an announcement, right, of BitKey and their seedless configuration. Now, do I really think that that has anything to do with the Bitcoin payments? No, of course not. I don't think it has anything to do with Bitcoin payments. But I do think it is strategic in terms of perception and showing the public that there is this growing ecosystem and you could be a part of it, with Block and all of their offerings. Personally, I don't want any piece of that. I don't think that I don't even really think that it's relevant. We've already seen a lot of pushback. People, in all fairness, the first time I ever saw the BitKey signing device, I just did not like the fact that it had no screen on it. It just seemed like, and I get it, right? It just seemed like a turnkey solution for normies, right? People who just essentially want to say that they're holding Bitcoin, and this is just the I guess one of the most retail friendly ways of doing it. So, anyways, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this episode today. So look, the Bitcoin and Lightning payments, I'll believe them when I see them. Okay, like I appreciate all of these announcements, right? I appreciate all of the constant, the good news that they're going to make it happen, and now all of a sudden there's data indicating that Lightning and Bitcoin payments are costing processors, well, specifically Steak and Shake claims that they're saving a whole lot of money on using Bitcoin. So, does Square actually do this? We're going to find out. But I'm not holding my breath because I saw this 10 years ago. Nothing happened. We got absolutely nothing. All that's happened at this point is that we're seeing an increase in the announcements. Let's see an increase in the actual traction. Guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. Take it easy. Peace.